Hey everybody, it's Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. I hope that you guys are doing awesome. I am excited to be with you today and definitely bring you another really awesome card. I definitely want to show you what we're making today. Isn't this the coolest birthday card? I love the owl. It reminds me of Harry Potter. I know that's so silly, but it's true. And on the inside, you have another message right there, wishing you so much happiness. So it's a really fun card with a torn look. We're using the On the Horizon bundle, which is these two items right here, the dies and the stamp set. And I've paired it with Wildlife Wonder all week. So these three are in all my videos for the week. You can find them also on a playlist. I always use layering circles, so if you guys don't own these yet, I don't know why. Because I use them constantly. And then we're using the most gorgeous designer series paper. It's a watercolored paper and it is absolutely stunning. It comes in all these gorgeous colors and it is absolutely gorgeous. That is what is all over this card in the background. The mountains are from those Horizon dies, so definitely get your hands on those. So let's go ahead and get started. We are going to start with a piece of 8.5 by 5.5 inch Misty Moonlight. Now this is a color that is going away. It is an in color and it is retiring as of May 2nd of 2022. So if you do not have Misty Moonlight, in the link in the description below, you can grab the link there, go to my store, and get yourself a pack of this paper because it's absolutely stunning. There's also ink pads, Stampin' Blends, lots of stuff in this. And we're going to be using the ink pad today as well. But let's go ahead and score our cardstock. I've done that at 4 1/4 in the middle, and then we are going to go ahead and score it. Burnish it. And so that's our main card front. Now, I am going to take and attach this beautiful designer series paper, which is 3 by 5 1/4 inches, and we're going to attach that to the back. And once I've done that, we're going to tear, oops, I have the lid still on there. We're going to tear, and I'm going to show you how to do that. It gives you a nice torn edge. It's really pretty. So we're going to attach this so that the sides and the top look about the same of the Misty Moonlight that's peeking out from the sides. We're going to leave this big right here. So now that it's glued down, we can open our card and we're going to tear towards us. So we're going to wiggle our paper back and forth, just like that. And you have that beautiful torn edge. And what I like is that you can see all the pretty fibers in that paper when you do tear it away like that. So that is that part so far. Don't throw this away. We're going to use it on the inside. So we're going to hold on to this. I'm just going to set it right there to the side. Now, our inside piece is a piece of Petal Pink, and it's 3 3/4 by 5 inches. This is what's going to go on the inside. And if you notice, it really looks nothing like this piece right here. Actually, the middle of it does, but we are going to sponge around it. But first, we're going to go ahead and stamp our sentiment in Misty Moonlight right on the edge. And it says, sending birthday wishes. I'm going to move this out of our way. I'm going to grab my stamp. I'm going to ink it up. Such a beautiful stamp set, and I love the font. So we're going to stamp this in the bottom right-hand corner. Sending birthday wishes. For right now, we are going to use this ink pad again, but not right now. I'm going to go ahead and clean my stamp so that I don't stick my finger in it, because I would totally do that. Let's go ahead and stamp our owl, and we're going to stamp him on a scrap piece here of Smoky Slate. It's about 2 inches by 2 inches. I don't know, I'm just guessing. And we're going to stamp it in Smoky Slate on Smoky Slate. So we're going to go ahead and ink that up. And we're going to stamp him down like so onto our cardstock. Now, he's on a little bit of like a tree or a stump or a branch or something. And so I wanted it to be a different color. So I'm going to color it with my Stampin' blends. So I'm going to use the brush tip here, and I'm just going to separate the piece of wood that he's on from him. And you're probably going, Kelly, it looks the same now, just a little darker, but it actually isn't. And when it dries, you will see that it is a brown color and not gray. So we're gonna just fussy cut him out while we're waiting for it to dry and seep into my cardstock. So this is a fairly simple bird to fussy cut out. And I'm just gonna follow along the stamped image here and work my way around him. The hardest part is his tail right here, and it's not even that hard. All right, and so we're gonna work our way around his head. He's so cute, this little owl, and like I said, he reminds me of Harry Potter. I swear, I can't see an owl anymore without it reminding me of Harry Potter. Are you guys gonna see that new movie that with those, like the guy with all the little critters? I don't even know what it's called, but I have to see it. Okay, so we're gonna use this paper here. I have a little, it's been shown a little love, and we're gonna use our fresh freesia. And this is how we're going to get that beautiful edge. So I'm gonna ink my blending brush in a circular motion in my fresh freesia ink pad. I'm gonna actually turn it this way. And I'm gonna just blot off a little bit, and then I'm gonna work it around all 4 edges. A little at a time. And I may have to ink up a little more. And it actually doesn't look, you know, dark purple because it's on this like peachy pink color. But it adds a little interest to our card, I think. So I'm also going to do it on the piece that we're going to attach our owl onto, which is one of the circles from the layering circle dies. So I'm just going to add a little bit of color all the way around. I'll show you which one of the circles it is in a second. Let me grab my dies. All right, so let's look. So it's one of the smooths, it's that one. And then the one in the Misty Moonlight is the next larger. So this is the smallest. So it's 1, 2, 3, number 3, and number 4 from smallest to biggest of the smooths. Those are the 2 that we're gonna layer together right here. So while I have them, I'm gonna move this paper out of the way. And we are going to put some wet glue. So let me grab my silicone mat. Oh, look, I have some pretty flowers on the back of that. I must have grabbed a scrap when I cut this out. I recycle everything. As you can see on this card, we're not even throwing away the torn piece that we used. So we're going to go ahead and attach this onto the circle and just let it kind of set it to the side here with the torn piece. Let's attach this piece on the inside. We're going to use our tape runner, our seal adhesive. All right, and where's our card? I moved it way out of the way. So the torn part is the front. So we're going to put it on this solid part back here, and we're going to make sure that we have the same border all the way around the card on the top. I mean, on the top and the sides and the bottom. The top is going to get covered up, but we definitely want it. Whoops. It wiggled on me. I don't want it to glue down if it's going to be off. There we go. So we're going to go ahead and attach that in there. Now, this piece that's torn is going to be right there at the top. But before I glue it in, I just want to make sure that we have some room here, and we are going to stamp right over the top the sentiment here, wishing you so much happiness. And we're going to stamp it in Misty Moonlight on Misty Moonlight. I'm going to ink that up, and hopefully I get it on the first try because it's torn and we can't redo it. So I'm just going to stamp it in this corner right here. Hey, it worked out. Hooray for success, right? All right, let's clean our stamp, and then now we can glue it down into place. And then we're gonna glue our mountains together. Now the mountains are part of the horizon dies. I'm gonna put a little bit of wet adhesive down here on this end. I don't wanna use the runner there, but the beauty of having multiple adhesives. So I'm gonna hold this up. And I don't want it to impede the card from opening and closing. So I definitely want to make sure that it's folded up when I glue this part in, because I want it to be able to close, okay? So there's our little torn edge. The cool thing is it adds a little interest on the inside as well as the outside. Oh, it looks like we have to tear just a hair more right here. It's okay, no one will know. There we go. So that we can see our sentiment. All right, so now let's glue our mountain range. So the dies come with this solid, and that's what I cut out of the Misty Moonlight. And then this one's jagged, and when you're done pulling it out, you get this beautiful snow caps. So I went ahead and we're gonna get my silicone mat out. We're gonna glue these two together. So I'm gonna put glue, not snow. I'm going to put glue on my snow caps. And you don't need much. This glue goes a long way. So you don't really need to squeeze. You just need to let the glue flow out of the nozzle here. And I want to definitely make sure that all of my edges have adhesive so that it will stay glued down really nicely and not tear up. All right, I think I have plenty of glue now. I'm gonna grab my tweezers and we're gonna line the snow cap up with the mountain. There we go. And make sure that it is pressed into place here and slid into its spot. There we go. That looks amazing. All right, so we are gonna lift this up. So we're gonna use some dimensionals. So we're gonna flip it to the back. You can see that the die does slide into place. You just have to make sure that you have it in the right spot to slide it into place. All right, I think that's pretty awesome. We're gonna put some dimensionals on the back, and I'm gonna start with a large dimensional in this big spot here, and I think I can put one there. But the other ones are gonna need minis, so let's grab my mini dimensionals. We'll put one there, one here, and this is gonna need a tiny strip. So I use the outer edges. You can see when you pull away the minis, you're left with this border. And I like to use the border. I like to use every little drop and drip of anything that I have. So I cut myself a little strip here, and I'm gonna glue that in place right here so that there's some lift even on that corner. And I'm gonna try and put a mini in this corner so that there's some, you want the edges to have support. All right, so let's move all of our dimensionals out of the way. And we need to, oh, I forgot, we have to put some dimensionals on our little owl as well. So I'm gonna grab my big ones. Put one here, one down here. And I'm gonna use minis to fill in his tail area. And I'll put one more right there. All right, so let's glue him onto his circle. And we will glue the mountain range onto our card front. All right, so here's our mountain range. And let's move our little owl over. So I wanted it to be this point to fall within these parts right here of the mountain. So I'm just going to line that up and make sure that it falls within there and that it's straight. I'm gonna, yeah, that's good. So I'm gonna press that into place. Let's add our owl onto our piece here. I'm gonna add a little bit more. I want it to be a little darker brown, and it will still dry. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more. I want it to show a little bit more brown, and it'll dry again, like I said. So we're going to place this here because the owl kind of is going to live right in this section here. And so I want to kind of figure out where he gets glued. So it looks like from right where this little piece comes down, right here, and it's circular. So we're going to just put that like so, and then we're going to put him back on there. Going to put him this way and make sure that he is the way that I want him. And so there he is. Here's the inside. Oh, this looks so cute. And so we're going to use today polished dots for our embellishment, and that's these pretty pink, really soft pink little dots there. So this is what they look like. They come in clear and pink, and as you can see, we're using the pink ones. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. I can cut my glue, I think. And I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool, the putty end here. I'm going to use the larger ones. And I'm just going to pull these guys out. We'll put one over here. We'll put one by the mountain range over here, and then I wanted one down around this area here. I think I'm actually, instead of putting it how I have on this card on this little blue flap, I think I'm actually going to use a little one, and I'm going to put it down here by the sending birthday wishes. Because I really want one down by the sentiment, and there's no room on this blue piece. So what do you guys think? I think it looks pretty awesome. All right, let me put my polished dots away. They're so pretty. That's what they look like. All right, one more stamp to clean that I never cleaned. My owl, he never got cleaned. All right, he's clean now. All right, so let's look at our cards. If you guys don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. Just hit me up by leaving a comment or message me. My information is linked in the description below. Just click that See More, and you will see all the products that I used today, so that you can, with links to my online store. All my social media is there, so if you would like to follow me on Facebook and Instagram, I do Facebook Lives every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on my Facebook business page, which is inkyhandswarmhearts.com. So you'd go to facebook.com/inkyhandswarmhearts. And my Pinterest is also Inky Hands Warm Hearts, so you can pin anything there for my Pinterest. And also my Instagram is the same. But my YouTube, I do try and do videos. This week I'm going to have 6 videos, and I do blog 7 days a week. So definitely check out my blog so that you can see close-ups, pictures of the projects that I do, and additional projects that are not on YouTube are also on my blog, so check that out. I'm so happy to be with you here today. I appreciate you watching. If you've made it to end, yay for you. Give me some likes, comments, share my video, and definitely subscribe so that you can get more content. I greatly appreciate you. This is Kelly with Inky Hands Warm Hearts. Happy stamping!